Here's Boardwalk Empire, Season 2, Episode 7, titled Peg of Old. How much we can handle our guilt. This is what this episode is all about. Others are very good at it, handling their guilt, while most of us really are bad at it. And because love gets in our way. Love usually gets in our way when we handle our guilt. Like, sometimes our conscience gets the best of us, and sometimes our guilt is just our guilt. Like, we really didn't do that bad of a thing, but our guilt kind of gets the best of us, and this is what this episode is all about. James kind of screws up Nucky's assassination. He kind of tips his hat a little bit before Nucky is getting assassinated, and he loves him, and it's hard to see him go, and he has regret about how he dealt with Nucky and a lot of things in the past, and we'll go into a flashback episode later on. And James has a certain sadness about this, and it will be the end of him, and he'll try to make up for his guilt, but it won't happen. Margaret has a past, and we end up knowing a lot about Margaret in this episode. She ends up sleeping with Owen after a reconnection with the family goes wrong. She does very bad things when she's sad, and that's what happens to a lot of us. When we're sad, we feel that we have no hope, so basically we end up doing bad things, and then we're feeling better later on and down the line. We feel guilt about the things that we did when we were sad. It's like a vicious cycle that a lot of us have, including Margaret. Val Alden gets a proposition by Nucky, but he can't. A good proposition from Nucky, but he can't do it. He can't bend, and this is what Val Alden's problem is, that he's just such an interesting character where he does so many bad things, but then when he gets a certain proposition, he can't bend, and it just is the end of him. Like, there's so many times when Val Alden could just be better off in the long run, and he just keeps screwing up, and then he feels guilty about things, and then when he feels guilty about things, he does even more stupid things, and so on and so on and so on. And this is what this episode's all about. That's my review.